It's Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Hoops, Pucks, and Pigskins edition of Press Pass on Fox 47. In one of the coldest weeks in our frozen memories, the Big Ten basketball race has never been hotter. And with Michigan visiting Michigan State Friday night, it's just heating up. Elsewhere in college basketball, Illinois freshman Keaton Wagler scored more points than any visitor in Mackey Arena history, a massive win over Purdue. And Michigan celebrated Trey Burke night with a comeback win over Ohio State. Spartan hockey honored the memory of green-blooded glue guy Dan Sturgis with a key sweep of Minnesota. Indiana football wrote a story for the ages with the surreal 16-0 national title and its conference championship Sunday in pro football, with New England outlasting the elements and the Broncos in Denver. The Pats will meet the Rams Seahawks survivor in Super Bowl 60 in 2 weeks. Here to talk about all that and more is Team 643, two of my favorite people, separated by generations, but linked by their love for college sports. Haley Schoengart, Lansing's gift back to Louisville, a behind-the-scenes storyteller for the Indiana football miracle, and the most ardent college hockey fan south of the Mason-Dixon line. Haley, are you thawed out from yesterday?
Ooh, it was cold. I did the Big Ten Frozen Confines, and the celebration yesterday was colder, and that's saying a lot.
Amazing. And the crowd they had, but hey, if you get a championship as often as Indiana had, you might as well show up. Also back this week, our most frequent panelist the last 13 years, Tom Crawford, Bluebelly Tom, my broadcast partner for 24 years, everyone's favorite East Lansing Wolverine, and creator of the Crawford Broadcasting Network. Tom, you're still walking in this weather.
Yeah, I am. I see Haley here. Last time I saw her, sidelines of Lynn C. Adams Stadium with her camera mount. It's been a while. It's great to have her on. Yeah, it's cold out. Nothing's going to stop me from walking, but it will heat up around 8 o'clock at the Brez when Michigan plays Michigan State. I'm telling you, it'll be 90 degrees in there.
We've seen some great ones in that series. Saddle up for another one. We'll be right back. We'll look at Michigan State basketball next. Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graf Chevrolet and Graf Nissan on West Grand River in Okemos. With 108 years in the automobile business, they'll take great care of you, as they have on all 8 of my leases and purchases. For new or used vehicles or great service, go green, go Graf.
Play with and for the players who played before you. It's always a special time with me. We got a couple of those guys in here. It matters. You know why it matters? Because it's going to matter to you someday.
12 to go in the first half. Fierce gets it back, goes down the lane in traffic. What a pass to Scott. He got the three.
Unbelievable. Fierce drew 3 defenders and found the perfect guy open on the wing.
That's why they stay here. But they were waiting for the sun to rise and he elevated. No! Cohen Card! Skywalker!
It's just been total domination from the start.
Well, this Saturday afternoon crowd that showed up at Breslin Center, despite sub-zero temperatures, they have witnessed something special. MSU keeps pace with the leaders in the Big Ten. The final from East Lansing, Michigan State 91, Maryland 48.
Tom Izzo, after one of his favorite days of the year, the alumni reunion party after the game. We saw Jeremy Fierce Jr., Mr. Assister, trailing only Mateen Cleaves now, and ties Gary Ganakis with 17 assists in one game, and the explosive Cohen Card dunks back-to-back. Tom, we've seen blowouts in Chrysler and Breslin, but this was second in Big Ten play for MSU, only to 114-63 26 years ago. How'd the Spartans do it?
Well, I think you hit a key thing right there. The alumni were back. You don't let the alumni down when you're Michigan State basketball. That's one of the most unified alumni present player teams there is in Big Ten basketball, and Tom Izzo gets kudos for that. But they jumped on him early and often, 46-23 at halftime. They matched about the same total second half, and this team, in my mind, is matching physicality aspects that I've never seen in recent times consistently. And since that Northwestern first half, they're kind of flat. A couple weeks ago, they have been rolling. Nice job on the West Coast. So they got it cooking right now. Michigan State does.
All right, team, let's take a look at the Spartans' first win this week in Eugene, Oregon, Tuesday.
Pass on the block, Kohler, nothing. Out front, Ukachuko in traffic. Bank shot, good. No good that time by Luke Johnson. Rebound, Carr. Here comes Michigan State leading it by 3. Carr passes on the 3. A deep dish, Cooper. Another layup, and he's got 17. He's got 2 points so far. Jump shot baseline. Now he's got 4 points.
How about that? Trey Ford heating up.
Stewart now interferes wide open up top for a 3-ball. He got it!
Terrific inside, outside. Nice pass by Kohler to a wide open Fierce.
Has the ball knocked away. Cooper has it. Now to Fierce. It's Fierce and Lindsay. Lob pass Fort. No. But Carr got the rebound back up. And they found it.
Tom, we have seen teams struggle with West Coast trips. Spartans dropped 2 games there last year, 2 of their 3 losses out in Southern California. And we saw Purdue get stung at the end by UCLA. But what does it mean that Michigan State could win those games by 17 and 16? Michigan had just won out there twice by double digits. But what does that say?
Well, I mean, the Washington coach talked about that he compared Michigan and Michigan State by how they played against his team. And he said, they're both great, but Michigan State is more physical. This is the aspect that travels, physicality, defending. And, Carson Cooper's playing really well. Jackson Kohler has always been playing well. They're just getting some consistent contributions on this team right now.
All right, Haley, if MSU wins at Rancid Rutgers Tuesday night, it will be 9-1 at the midpoint of the season. But look at that second half on the right side. 2 games with Michigan, Illinois, at Purdue, where the Spartans haven't won in football or basketball since 2014. How much tougher will that be?
Oh, that's a gauntlet they're going to have to go through. But you know what head coach Tom Izzo always says, anyone, anytime. And like Tom just mentioned, defense travels. I think that's a big key for the Spartans when going into those hostile environments or going to play those top-ranked teams. You have to defend and you have to shoot well. Michigan State's been doing a really good job at both.
Tom, Michigan State has not been a metrics darling over the years, but moved up from 9th to 6th yesterday. What do you make of the climb here in the Ken Palm ratings? It went from 72nd to 48th in offense in one day.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're playing complete basketball. And they're getting great guard play. We all know. John Beilein was telling us this the other night. Guard play is what takes you to the Final Four. And with Jeremy Fears, the way he played yesterday, if they get that consistent output from him, they're going to go a long way in the tournament.
Michigan State number 1 in the nation now in the defensive ratings, and Michigan right there behind them. Might not be a lot of points scored, not as many as people think Friday night, Tom.
Right. I think you're right. I think it's going to be an emotional game. It's going to be loud. It's going to, that place has been a house of horror for Michigan since 1998. We're going on 30 years. It's been a house of horror. So it'll be tough for Michigan, but we'll see how it plays out.
We'll be right back. We'll look at the Wolverines and a gigantic upset yesterday in Mackey Arena. Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for the big picture, brought to you by Dean Transportation. Dean is hiring caring and dependable people as school bus drivers in many Michigan markets. Be a hero in your community and safely transport children to and from school with Dean. For more information and to apply, visit deantransportation.com/jobs. That's deantransportation.com/jobs.
Scoring over 85 a game in the streak. Wagler, a big reason why, gets to the rim, and he's got his first 2. Is the result for Purdue. Wagler, the 3, quiets this Mackey crowd.
From the Illini.
Step back three for Wagler. A little jab step to get space from Clough, and Wagler delivers again. Ivisic back it goes to Wagler, 5 to shoot. Wagler again doing the work. Back up three, hits it again. Come on. Mirkovic, kick, Wagler, open three, again Wagler. 14.
He drew an extra defender, and then he finds Meyer on the weak side for the three.
Here's Wagler again for three, and it's good.
Come on.
19 in the first half for Keaton Wagler. Here's Wagler, 7 seconds and counting. He'll launch the contested three, and he'll hit it again. 24 for Wagler. Another opportunity. Here's Wagler picking up where he left off. 27 for Keaton Wagler. Three. Here's Wagler against Kaufman-Renn. Why not? Wagler to work. Spins. The pirouette, and it rolls home, and Illinois leads. 6 to shoot for Wagler. The three up and good, and a chance for one more at the line. The spotlight on this freshman today. Past Jacobson to the rim for 2. He's got 37. There's Wagler around the screen, sets three, it's good! It's 40! It's the most any visiting player has ever scored. 6 on the shot clock. Wagler, the attack, and he's got 2 more, 44 for the freshman.
Unbelievable. That was as long an intro opening as we have run on this show. And there's a reason for it, Tom and Haley. How often have we seen someone score 46 in Mackey Arena? The answer is never. So congratulations to Keaton Wagler. Tom, have you seen a better performance by a Big Ten freshman in a hostile setting anywhere?
No, I haven't. Wagler is a household name right now. You know, it's like I'm on Tuesday night, I come home after the Michigan game over Indiana. I get home late. I'm watching Purdue and UCLA, and then UCLA pulls the upset, and I go, "Oh God, I feel bad for Illinois. They got to go to Mackey with Purdue coming up a loss, and they go in there and they beat him with his freshman. It's just and they've had a key injury, so that was really impressive. The Big Ten is literally 6 or 7 teams could win it. Really, when you think about it."
Haley, taking a look at the NCAA net ratings, and you see the teams in the top 10. Looks like the Big Ten tournament pairings. You have 2. You've got 5, 6, 9, 10. Who do you like to win this race?
Oh, that's a tough question. I mean, the Big Ten is loaded up and down, so many different positions, so many good strengths. To win, I don't even know if I can pick it, just because I feel like so much still needs to be played. Yeah. But really, it's anyone's game. So many teams can just come off just like Illinois did at Mackey, too. You have no idea what's going to happen. That's the beauty of basketball, though, right?
It's just so hard to say in Nebraska. It's but if you look at the schedule and where they are right now, Tom, let's take a look at a game you saw in person Friday night in Ann Arbor.
Things that jump out, obviously some guys had good stat lines, but I thought our bench was awesome. I thought you guys were the difference in the game, and then you guys finding a rhythm between the zone and the man late and finding some different things, and you guys made plays, made shots when they counted. We still missed a lot of shots, we missed free throws. Let's stay with it. Let's get in the gym, shoot, get some free throws on our day off tomorrow. Let's enjoy this win tonight. Let's start preparing mentally to get ourselves ready to prepare and get after these guys on Tuesday. That's why you come to Michigan, man, to play in these games. Every game now, next week, championship level ramifications, every single possession, every single game. You guys are prepared for it. You guys have put in the work. Let's continue to stay connected and keep growing together, man. All right, let's bring it down.
Trey Burke there with Ward Manuel for a jersey retiring, a number retiring that certainly deserved. It belongs in the rafters at Chrysler, the 2013 National Player of the Year, and Dusty May talking about the week ahead with Nebraska and Michigan State. Tom, how did U of M rally from 8-point deficit in the second half to beat the Buckeyes by 12?
Well, they settled down, man. We talked to Yaks in the media scrum after the game. Says, man, we were too hyped up. I mean, they were all revved up. They had Trey Burke back. They had a lot of former players were in the house, and playing Ohio State, which is a rival, I guess, for basketball. And their spacing was terrible. They were trying too hard early, and they settled down the second half, defended, they rebounded. But the free throw thing, I hope that worked out this week in terms of practice, because they were 15-25. This could be their demise in the NCAA tournament. They have to remedy that, and the turnovers. They had, 14 of them, and that was something they have to work on as well. But Yaks and Morez Johnson were terrific. Elliott as well. So this team is ready for what Dusty calls a monster week coming up. He called it that.
Tom, Michigan State had 19 turnovers in Lincoln, and if you get sloppy with the ball against the Cornhuskers, they will make you pay. But we heard Haley's diagnosis of this race, and so much of it depends on the schedule, who you play and when you play them. But what do you make of the Big Ten standings?
Well, I always look at everything. It's probably going to be 4 losses could get you a title.
Wow.
I'm thinking. It's many of that because, Nebraska's going to lose a couple. And you got Wisconsin's hollering and all get out right now. Their guard play is unbelievable.
They just lost to USC.
What's that?
They just lost today to USC.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay, well, thank you for that update. So maybe they're not so hot. But when I talk about the NCAA tournament, you can draw that line under Iowa. And there's like 10 bids for the Big Ten, for the NCAA tournament from the Big Ten. So it's just a super competitive situation.
All right. When you look at where they are now, Tom, and you think about the Big Ten tournament, it's going to be incredible. These teams could meet. Hey, they could meet 4 times, right? Yeah. Could meet in the Big Ten tournament. It could meet again, Haley, in the NCAA tournament. Do you like to cover that? It's almost like covering IU.
Ooh, I would love it. Let's all go together.
We will be right back, and we'll look at hockey and women's hoops up next.
Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Lansing's Best segment, brought to you by the Lansing Sports Commission. Bring thousands of athletes and teams to mid-Michigan for hundreds of tournaments and special events. Hats off to the LSC for showing just what this area can be. Plan on something greater.
Russell. Now Martone. Back and forth, those two go in tight. Stramel, pad save, rebound, Russell gets it to go. And Michigan State's even the score at 1-1 with 7:42 to go. Up top now, Baskel shoots and it went in. Matt Baskel may have gotten that clean. There was a little bit of traffic in front, but Baskel whipping it in from the right point, and a huge goal to begin the second. It's a 2-1 Michigan State lead. Manisto finds it. Manisto's got Jarecki in front. Manisto going to shoot, and he scores! Toby Manisto getting it in and pass Luca to Pasquale, and it's a 2-goal lead for Michigan State.
Ben Holden with the call, and he's going to be a panelist on Press Pass here sometime next month.
Oh, great.
Michigan State didn't score a ton of goals this weekend, but got 3 in a row each night. Haley, the Gophers scored first last night, but Michigan State able to bounce back. What does it mean that they could finish off the sweep?
Ooh, that's really huge for them. They're now 1 point behind Michigan and Penn State in the Big Ten standings. They didn't collect a ton of points this week. That would have not been they wouldn't be totally out of the race, but definitely helps them as Michigan State now has to play Penn State and Michigan coming up in the next 2 weeks. So really good, especially with the tragic passing of hockey operations, Dan Sturgis. I think just everyone needed a good morale boost. And 6 points doesn't totally fill the void of everything that's happened this week, but it definitely is a little nice step in the right direction.
All right, Haley, let's take a look at the first goal Friday, courtesy of a freshman his coach dubbed the Wizard long ago.
Team's trading possession here. Sturback finally losing for Nielsen with some space on that right circle. Here's Riker Lee, a spinorama and a beautiful goal! Oh, Riker Lee feeling himself on that one.
Tools that you cannot teach. And Riker Lee, maybe more than some high-profile freshman, shows that he has a very bright future. Haley, you mentioned the passing of Dan Sturgis. It was as emotional a week as any I can remember at Mon, about as emotional as any ever on campus. What did Dan Sturgis mean to this program? He's Spartan through and through. Dad played here, brother played here, he played here. And to listen to the assistant coaches talk, he's the guy who kind of held everything together.
Yeah, head coach Adam Nightingale consistently called him the glue guy, and I think that's exactly what Dan is. Dan put so much work behind the scenes with the assistant coaches, making sure everything was right every single week. He is a Spartan, playing here, having so much history there, coaching since 2019, and Adam just kept reiterating that they wanted to go out there and do what Dan would want them to do, and that's play some knees-bent hockey. Michigan State did just that and collected some nice, shiny 6 points in the Big Ten standings.
Tom, let's take a look at the Big Ten hockey standings. And we talk about the congestion at the top in men's basketball. We saw it was like in football, women's basketball, but nowhere more than hockey on a national basis. If they could invite Western Michigan to join the conference, they could just have the Big Ten tournament and the NCAA tournament at the same time.
I was thinking of that. And you know what? Really stands out to me. I mean, what Penn State was in the Frozen Four last year, I believe. I mean, where did that program come from? I mean, they're an expansion team in my mind. So all of a sudden the Big Ten is a power hockey league. It's really mystifying. But yeah, they're all a bunch of the top. They're going to get a Frozen Four or national championship, a natty out of that somehow, I would think, with all those good teams.
Yeah, I think they're going to get one in hockey. They get one in basketball. You know how the SEC always says it just means more. I want the Big Ten to adopt the saying, we just win more. Haley, the MSU women got a wild win Thursday, a game they had to win 3 times, including having a 12-point lead and seeing USC get 10 points in 41 seconds, but prevailed by 6, and then Michigan comes back and beats USC by 6 today in Chrysler. How important is that?
Oh my gosh. Another one, like we've been talking about this entire show thus far, the standings are so close with all these teams in the Big Ten. You never know who's going to win each night. That's why you play the games, right? But Kennedy Blair, number 35, you saw her on that graphic. Some big shots down the stretch for MSU. The Spartans play so fast under head coach Robin Fralick. That's my favorite part. It's fun as a fan to watch, and you can tell that the women are having so much fun too. So it'll be interesting as the season continues to see how both Michigan and Michigan State shape up.
And the Michigan State women go at it next Sunday, 2 nights after the men in basketball. We'll be right back.
You didn't plan to get
Press Pass on Fox 47. It's time for Just North of Amazing, brought to you by One North Kitchen and Bar in Jackson, Lansing, and East Lansing. Welcome to a world of great flavors and a great place to have fun. Do your taste buds a favor and stop at any One North for a wonderful time. They'd love to see your smiling face.
It's the ultimate sports love story for a family and a community that had never tasted this kind of success. Hats off to Fernando Mendoza, his family, and the Indiana football program. Haley, when did you know the Hoosiers would finish this job? It looked like it was pretty dicey in the fourth quarter.
That touchdown run from Fernando. I knew they were going to win. I knew the defense wasn't going to let Miami come back. You just couldn't write a better story. Fernando Mendoza, a Miami kid, not recruited by Miami, begged to walk on and was told no. And he does the deed. Calls game with that touchdown. 4th and 4. Coach Signetti sent the kicking unit out, pulled him back in, said, no, we're going for it. And then, of course, another Miami native, Jamari Sharp, with the game-sealing INT. Incredible is the only way I can describe it.
Tom, you're not a huge fan of the state of Indiana, and you're not going to cheer for Big Ten teams just because of the conference.
Exactly.
But could you ever have imagined that we'd be looking at this unanimous #1 Indiana football?
It's still a process absorbing all this. I mean, I'm used to going, I remember Lee Corsi used to say when he was at Indiana, he was everybody's homecoming, right?
Yeah.
Every scheduled Indiana was that win, automatic win, go back in the, 70s after. I mean, the Harry Gonzo team had 67. I get all that, but since that time they've been back. It's been an amazing story. Remember you and me watching Signetti at Big Ten Media Days and snickering with his, Google me, I win. Yeah. Well, you know what? I Googled him, and he did win. He won the national title.
Remember when Indiana took a 7-0 lead over Ohio State, and Corso called timeout to take a team picture in front of the scoreboard?
Yeah, he did that a couple of times. That's the way he was. But that was Indiana football back then.
Haley, is there enough room in Bloomington, Indiana, for the trophies? Here you see 9 of them this year alone.
Head coach Curt Signetti at the celebration yesterday said on the mic, I think we need a bigger trophy case, and I think he is correct. Every single trophy Indiana could have won, they did, and they're going to need to build a lot more trophy cases as long as Signetti can continue to do what he's done in Bloomington.
And I don't know if anyone could have guessed that we would see this cover in Sports Illustrated. You think about all of the Hoosier heaven that we have seen. That's pretty incredible stuff too. People see that and say, what is this, basketball? What's going on?
Just an incredible run from Fernando right there. I was talking to tight end Riley Nowakowski at Media Day, and he talked about how all season they've been working with Fernando on how to hold the ball when he runs. And when he took off on that play, Riley said the whole team was like, holy, a bunch of explicitives. Like, what is he going to do? And they said, thank God we got through to him because he hung on to the ball, got it over the line, touchdown, and then they were natty champs.
Haley, Curt Signetti is about as locked in as any coach I have ever seen on the sideline with that stoic stare. He makes Nick Saban look like Jim Carrey. But he's sharing the top spot on IU Sports Rushmore with a guy named Bob Knight. Here you see them as the torchbearers for Hoosier athletics, and their teams, a half century apart, were the last in college basketball and football to be unbeaten. You think about 16-0, and back in 76, 32-0, and Don Fisher called every game for both of those teams, Mr. 48-0 Fisher. Team, let's take a look at the party that you took part in, Haley.
Thank you. First, I would like to thank our tremendous fans who has turned out since 2024 this season. But what about that playoff? What about that turnout at the Rose Bowl, the Peach Bowl in Miami? Unbelievable.
Tom, we've both been in Memorial Stadium when we couldn't tell which was the home team.
Yeah, pick your section.
Here you see the attendance up top for the first game of Curt Signetti's IU stay. And that's what it looked like for the national championship game. Pretty amazing turnaround.
Yeah. And I've had 2 nieces that graduated from there. They used to go to the tailgate party, and then they wouldn't go into the stadium. They all stayed outside. Different animal right now in Bloomington.
Tom, I can't believe this ranking. Talking about the talent on the teams in terms of stars, in terms of notoriety, but I guess when you have a 2-star quarterback who was denied a chance to walk on at Miami and was going to go to Yale, that can happen. But I guarantee you, Indiana's talent's a lot better than Michigan State's.
Well, and Nick Saban made a great comment. When you're 5 years, I mean, their average age is what, 23 years old. These are mature men on this team, and they've gotten better. So, as Saban said, they're 4 and 5 stars now. They might not have been coming in, but they are now.
Haley, do you think some IU alums will buy this T-shirt and give it to any Purdue fan they know, just to troll, just to remind them that every time they want to put that on? I imagine some Purdue fans will cut off the midriff, and just
make
wear
it a crop top,
a half shirt. Yeah, but what a week for Purdue. Besides that, then they lose 2 basketball games, and that's what they were counting on as their salvation.
Exactly. Indiana fans, man, they are living in heaven after this one. It was so fun just to see the fans throughout this entire playoff run. Every single stop, it was almost the same kind of cycle. You would see fans walk in crying because they never thought Indiana football would get to this point. And then they were crying at the end of the game because Indiana actually won. And that was by far my favorite part, was just seeing so many fans get to experience such a new experience after being the doormat of the Big Ten for decades.
I don't know if Haley is wearing crimson, but she's sure wearing a smile. We'll be right back on the Press Pass.
Simple.
Press Pass on Fox 47. It's time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Graywall Law. With more than 100 years of combined legal experience, Graywall Law, PLLC, delivers expert guidance and trusted advocacy. Their skilled team is committed to justice, offering compassionate, results-driven representation. That's Graywall Law, a great choice for professionalism, dedication, and proven success.
Taken off is May. Drake May to the end zone for the New England touchdown.
This drive and throw it quickly.
2nd and 5. There's a little flea flicker. Back to May, who throws it down the field, is caught. It is Hollins with the reception. Rushing 5. This is a deep throw, and it is picked off. Intercepted. Waiting for it was Gonzalez.
No safety deep.
Oh, here he goes. He can try to beat him with his legs. As Ellis runs after him, and May got there. Drake May outraces the defender.
Field sure looks different from that first touchdown to the last 2 Patriots highlights today. Tom, it was a bizarre setting. I think it would have been considered a blizzard in a lot of parts of the country, but not Denver.
No, the sun was out early on, and I know, you can have great football with a defensive struggle, but Sunday afternoons I typically take a nap, and this game put me to sleep. It was an AFC title game, and I fell asleep. Yeah. But, Jarrett sent him, the backup. He's never played in God knows how long.
Right.
And he struggled, and Drake May is a rookie who, this is an incredible performance he's had this year, but, I just don't see this as a riveting Super Bowl game, no matter who they play in the Super Bowl.
Haley, it was a tale of 2 quarterbacks. Tom talked about Jarrett Stidham, hadn't thrown a pass this year, and Drake May might be the runner-up MVP behind Matthew Stafford. But you wonder what would have happened if Bo Nix hadn't been injured at the end of the last game.
I think the elements played a huge part in this game of things putting Tom to sleep. It wasn't very exciting. It was quite a rock fight. I think maybe if the elements had been a little better, then you throw Bo Nix in there, then it might have been a lot more interesting. But the snow really just kind of put a damper on everything, because it's hard to play football in any element or in any way when you're dealing with those elements.
Tom, where are we with the Rams-Seahawks game in the 4th quarter? As we speak, what do we have?
Well, the Rams were knocking on the door. They were held on incomplete pass on 4th down. Now Seattle's trying to run it out. I think they just got another first down. There's 3:24 to go. Well, 2nd and 8. And K9's playing good in this game, man. This game is actually bringing back horrible memories of me of 2021. When he starts running, it's like traumatic moments are from what he did against Michigan. He's a good player. Wow, he's good.
He won't get in the end zone 5 times today, I guarantee it. Haley, what do you make of Super Bowl 60? I covered Super Bowl 16, if you want to transpose the letters, and Super Bowl 40 with the Seahawks losing to Pittsburgh. What do you make of this matchup?
I called it earlier the Super Bowl of frequent flyers. All of these teams have been in a Super Bowl in the last 10-ish years. Unfortunately, Walter Payton joined me in this, and his team isn't in the Super Bowl, unfortunately. But like Tom mentioned, Michigan State fans have to be excited. Ken Walker's been playing really, really good this season. The potential for him to go to the Super Bowl, I think Spartan fans can really rally around that one, despite there being no new blood in this Super Bowl.
Yeah, right.
Tom, if we take a look at the Super Bowl champions, you see so many multi-time winners.
I know.
And then you have a few that won once, but hey, you got 4 teams down there who have never been there without tickets. So the Lions and the Browns, and then the Jaguars and the Texans. Do you think in our lifetime we're going to see the Lions make it? I know you don't plan to leave anytime soon.
I hope not. I mean, I hope I get to see it. I hope I'm not leaving soon. I mean, the opportunity was obviously 2 years ago, but when you look at those 4 teams, 2 of them are expansion teams in my mind. I mean, the Jaguars and the Texans, the Lions and the Browns, you know, they were expansion teams that have been in. It's really, really sad that not since 1957, when you were there, when it was called the NFL championship game, have they been able to win it all or even be there. So, yeah, this is really disappointing these last couple of years, a near miss for the Lions.
Yeah, I told Neil Koepke that if the Browns and Lions ever play in the Super Bowl, we're going.
You got to. Yes.
All right. We will be right back with our weekly awards, our Cool and Smooth segment. Up next.
At the David Chapman
Press Pass on Fox 47. It's time for our Cool and Smooth segment, brought to you by Coors Light. Cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish and a crisp, refreshing taste. Coors Light is the official light beer of Michigan State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light. Choose chill.
All right, showtime for Jordan Childs. A 10, 6 times in her career on floor.
Opening pass for Jordan. Another big double layout. Absolutely solid. Gorgeous jumps, perfectly squared. Final pass for Jordan Childs. Combination, run through to a double tuck. Solid. In pure Jordan Childs fashion.
Don't know anyone could be more chill than UCLA Olympian Jordan Childs, not Aiden Childs. That was today at Breslin Center. A perfect 10 with more than 10,000 gymnastics fans there cheering her on and the Spartans. Amazing. All right, Team 643, who has been as cool and smooth as a Choose Chill Coors Light this week? Haley Schoengart, let's start with you in our play of the week. Let me guess.
I feel like I always pick Indiana, and I promise this is my last week of picking Indiana, but you have to go with Fernando Mendoza's 4th and 4, 12-yard rushing touchdown in the national title game. Mendoza got his Miami moment, and they took it personal. Him, his brother, Jamari Sharp, when Miami did not recruit them, being their hometown team. And so super happy for Fernando and the Indiana Hoosiers. And it was a fun ride to cover, but I'm happy to be not living out of a suitcase anymore.
Tom Crawford, what about our team of the week?
Well, as I declared 2 weeks ago after they won the Peach Bowl, I said I'm going to hold off on Indiana for team of the week when they win it all. So it's time. My team of the week are the Indiana Hoosiers. For all the reasons, all what Haley's talked about, what we've talked about, they deserved it. 16-0, an amazing run for the Hoosiers. Congrats to them.
Great job, team. I will finish up with our players of the week. How about Jeremy Fears Jr.? Not just the quantity, but the quality of some of the assists he had yesterday, and threw in 17 points for good measure. Pretty spectacular. Illinois freshman Keaton Wagler broke Sam Vincent's record for the most points by a Purdue opponent in Mackey, and doesn't get much better than that. He will be a lottery pick. And we talked about the passing of Dan Sturgis earlier. And you talk about the building blocks for a program. You think about what he has been able to do for Michigan State. You see the patch there that Spartans are going to wear, and some other teams, Minnesota wore, some others are now wearing the DS patch. And you see those blocks in the lower right corner. That's what he was for this Michigan State hockey program. I want to thank Haley Schoengart from Louisville and Tom Crawford from East Lansing. We'll be back with you next week, everyone. Try to stay warm.